Call this meeting of the Lincoln County Board of Education to order on Tuesday, December 19th at 7 p.m. And we are at the county office. We've had no one to sign in for public comment, but we'll start the meeting with Mr. Don Davis, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, leading us in the pledge. If you all would join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. With that, we have presentations and reports. Coach Tommy Barrett of the Lincoln County High School softball team. And Coach Barrett, you've certainly changed.
Yeah.
Good evening, Superintendent Barnett, Assistant Superintendent Davis, board members Mr. Bell, Dr. Burns, Mr. Snyder, and Mr. Wilson. My name is Riley Schull, and I'm a senior at Lincoln County High School. I'm here on behalf of the Lady Panthers softball team, as well as Tommy Barrett. I want to speak for just a moment about what Lincoln County softball means to me. Since I was 7 years old, my goal was to play softball at Lincoln County. With that goal in mind, I trained for hours a week, perfecting my skills to be worthy of a Panther jersey, just like the other players here. The impact a strong sports program can have on the youth and community is very evident here. If you come to the softball field in the spring or even in the fall, the atmosphere is electric. People notice that we have something different and special here. You will find fans of all ages and backgrounds. There is no doubt that we have the best fan base anywhere in this region. This program and community is something that I will always hold near and dear to my heart, even as my time as a student is coming to an end. As the season approaches, schedules are being made, and our coaches have been faced with an exciting opportunity. We are here requesting permission to travel to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on spring break to compete in a softball tournament. Our softball program has had tremendous success over the years. With that being said, it has made creating a competitive and complete schedule difficult. We were unable to play a full schedule last year because many local teams did not want to schedule us. The opportunity to travel to South Carolina would allow us to play competitive teams from other states while showcasing our talents as we proudly represent our school and community on a national stage, not to mention a chance to make memories with our team and families. Our coaches have organized multiple fundraisers over the last couple of years that have raised funds for an occasion such as this. Playing softball at the beach on spring break sounds like fun and games, and that is what we are hoping for. This trip will ensure a full schedule that will provide unforgettable moments and will help in preparation for another state title. We hope that you allow us this opportunity. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Riley.
All in favor, say aye.
Is that it? All right. How come nobody goes north during spring break? Okay. Mr. Steve Gaines.
Good evening. My name is Steve Gaines, the Director of Federal Programs. I have a couple of items. You have copies in front of you. First is the Purple Star Award. I'll give you a little description of it. The Purple Star Award is assigned from the West Virginia Department of Education to schools which display a special commitment to supporting military families. We have all 8 Lincoln County schools applying for the awards. As part of the application process, I'm asking for the board to pass a resolution supporting military families. The resolution is marked as item E on the administrative items. It says that Lincoln County schools will provide military families with support programs and resources, make sure we identify and tag all military dependents, and encourage all schools to participate in 2 or more military-friendly activities. Any questions on that one?
Some of those activities are things like our Veterans Day programs, flag retirement ceremony, things of that nature.
We schools just completed cards for deployed troops. Guest speakers from military is always welcome. And this resolution is one part of the 2 that's required. So if we get this passed, we can speed up the process.
You talk about supporting military families. You're talking about active duty military families.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Next is after-school programs. We have 2 types of after-school programs in Lincoln County. All schools are serviced with either the tutoring sessions or the comprehensive type Tutoring is extended school learning, which includes certified teachers, snacks, and transportation. These include Midway, Hamlin, Ranger, LCHS, and Guyan Valley Middle School. We also have comprehensive after-school programs, which include, once again, certified teachers, social workers, CIS staff, STEAM teachers, snacks, and transportation. These include Duval, Harts, and West Hamlin. We have 3 types of funding for these programs. We use ESSER funds for Midway, Hamlin, LCHS, West Hamlin, and Ranger. We use ESSER funds because we have to spend $95,000 in our ESSER allocation for compliance. We also use 21st Century funds for Duval and Harts. We are in year 2 of 5-year cycle. And last, we use Title I funds to support Guyan Valley Middle School. Any questions about school?
This 95K that you have to spend, is that ESSER funds?
Yeah. So that's ESSER Part 3. So we have to spend $95,000 in after-school programming, also $95,000 in summer program.
Does that zero you out for ESSER funds? They go away after October, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And last but not least, the Lincoln County School Summer Teaching Academy. Last year, the board wanted an update on the progress for the upcoming Summer Academy. The first step, I sent out a survey to LCS teachers concerning preferred dates and PD sessions. We sent out the first survey December 4th, and then the second one December 11th. We had a total of 90 responses, which means 90 teachers responded to the survey. The top 3 choices for dates is the beginning of June, the end of June, and the beginning of August. Below is a list of preferred PD opportunities that teachers chose. What we'll do is we'll use this information to plan individual sessions and day-long trainings. Going forward, the curriculum team will start planning how many days we'll have the Summer Academy, the types of PD, and we'll start looking for both in-county and out-of-county presenters. Funding sources for this will be ESSER, TIPS, Title I, II, IV, and V, and the cost per day based on 100 participants is $15,000 per day. And what we'll do is in the next couple of months, we'll report back to the board on our progress.
That 90% response you had, what percentage of that is of our teachers roughly?
That's all teachers.
I mean, but we have
We have about 200, so.
just 50% roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
What grades are served with the Summer Academy?
We have K through 5 in our summer school programs with our basic K through 8 schools. We have credit recovery for 6 through 12 at the high school.
Okay, the K through 5, are they at their school or
Yeah.
they?
Well, last year we had Midway, which serviced Midway and Duval. We had Hamlin, which serviced Hamlin kids. We had Harts. We did not have one for Ranger, but we had one for West Hamlin.
Okay, this is probably not a good time to do this. I've just mentioned briefly to Mr. Barnett about this. I have great reservations how much progress you're going to make at the secondary level in a summer school. This credit recovery program.
Yeah.
As an old principal, when you've got, what have we got, 17 required classes and you've got 28 possible, how many credits take to graduate?
24.
24, you got 28 possible classes you can take, and we're giving summer school for kids that fail a class to make one up. I have problems with that.
I think that's state law. I think you have an option. You
Yeah,
have to provide,
you
you have to
you have to
provide that.
provide them that
That's a state
opportunity.
law.
It's a state law. You have to
Yeah.
provide opportunities to.
For them to make it
make
up.
it up.
I'll have to see that. I don't know that that's a state law. If it is,
Now,
Let
I
me-
will tell you that our credit recovery program is extremely hard to pass. It is now. It is now. Back in the day, it was an easy program. So we invested a little bit more money into a very rigorous program. So it's called Ingenuity, and the pass rate is not very high.
Yeah.
However, you're correct. Kids should pass the first time. There's no doubt about that. But we're just trying to offer students a second chance.
did you find out whether that's state law for me or not?
Yes, sir.
Because I want to see the emphasis put on K through 3. I mean, we're facing a state law that is a law that says they have to be on level by the end of grade 3, or they may not go on. Uh, I don't know how we go about doing that. I'm not an elementary person.
Now, that would be a good question because as part of the Third Grade Success Act, we have to provide summer school for those kids who are deficient K through 3. Problem is, they haven't given us funding for that, so that'll be something the county may have to come up with.
Well, we've got ESSER funds.
No, ESSER funds will run out.
They'll run out after this summer, but I'm worried about this summer.
We can use ESSER funds for summer school,
Uh,
totally up to you all.
I wish you and Mr. Barnett and Mr. Davis all would talk that over and see what we do. And the second part of this is the little iPads that the kids have. I understand they give those back after spring break. They take them up.
No, it's the summertime. Take them up when school out.
Elementary teacher, when do you give them up your iPads?
These middle school.
We did, at one point, they were taking them up, much earlier, like you said, right after, but I think the last couple of years, it's been May before we've taken them up. It has been.
Why do we take them up? Why don't we let the kids have those during the summertime?
That is an excellent question. Some counties have the kids keep them over summer, some counties do not.
Seems to me like if
Good point of discussion.
a good summer school program may have those kids using that iPad at home, have the apps on that program that they need, and they in essence get a summer school if they have a teacher following up with them. I don't know, we still haven't gotten Channel 1 up, not Channel 1, what do we call that? Armstrong Educational Channel.
And
But it seems like we can use technology to have a summer school for those K through 3 kids.
I agree 100%. If we could use iPads, we could service kids who go to summer school and those who stay home. A lot of parents
Don't.
send those kids to summer school based on
Yeah.
summer vacations, transportation issues, whatever. But if we could have those kids at home using programs that we put out.
Can you all get together and talk that up and see what we can do with that? Because, that iPad's not doing anybody any good if it's in the locker at the school or here. And we know that kids regress some during the summertime. From what I see on the iReady scores, it looks like they regress a lot during the summertime.
Absolutely.
So, if y'all take a look at that and let us know what you're gonna do, I'd appreciate it.
One of the things I worry about though is so many kids and families don't have access to internet at their homes. And they can't afford it, quite frankly. So that lets a lot of our students
Let's
even
teach the
lower.
ones that do have it.
Yeah,
So, you gotta
but
target
there's a
the
lot
ones
that
do have
don't.
it. It's a quagmire in terms
It
of
is.
who do you help the most, those who can participate, those who cannot. It's a balancing act.
It is. And
I
it's
would
very
venture to say
troublesome.
that most of this county has access to internet,
No, they do
whether it's
not.
dial up or broadband, I don't know.
Well, they can't afford it sometimes. It's not that they don't have access. They
Every
can't
student in Lincoln County is eligible.
to get it.
$30 off.
Oh.
Internet. All they gotta do is get the cancel.
Yeah, it's been in effect for 2 years.
Yeah.
Excellent program.
All right,
Well,
y'all
we
check on that,
probably-
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we probably need to make that more well-known to parents.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gaines. Any questions, from the board? None, if not, we'll move down to item 4, approve the minutes of the December 5th meeting. Strike December 12th. We don't have those ready yet, so do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Wilson makes the motion,
Second.
Snyder seconds, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And 4-0. Takes us to the administrative items. Any discussion? No discussion? I'll ask for a motion and a second to approve all the items, including the Myrtle Beach trip.
So moved.
Snyder,
Second.
Wilson, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And 4-0. You're going to Myrtle Beach.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to the finance section. Any discussion? No discussion on finance? Let's see, if we have county pension as well as the invoices. Do I have a motion and a second?
I'll make that motion.
Burns makes the motion.
Second.
Snyder seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, unanimous. Brings us to the personnel section. Any discussion? If noted,
I only worry about Gloria Linville, the sign language interpreter. We're gonna have a time trying to find somebody for her.
that's why we pay Mr. Davis the big bucks.
And you remember that, Mr. Davis. You
Yeah,
remember.
we talked to her for an hour or so, didn't we?
Other option.
Oh, she's gonna be tough. Yeah, gonna be tough to get one.
All right,
I make
no
a
other
motion.
discussion. I'll ask for a motion. Wilson makes the motion.
I'll second.
Burns seconds. All in favor, say aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? None. Brings us to the comments and concerns section. Duval update.
Had the preliminary construction meeting yesterday with the demo package. Went through everything with the contractor as well as the architectural firm. Demolition will start January 2nd. The only thing we're left to do, we're running a water line from, actually the water tap's about 6-8 feet from the current sewer plant. So we're gonna tap in the water there because there has to be water on the premises for them. Everything has to be sprayed as they're taken down. They have to do some strapping and some filling of holes inside the gym where they took the air conditioning units out or out inside the building in order to get negative air pressure to abate the asbestos, but that'll be done pretty easily. We've got it set out to where they're going to start down on the lower end where the greenhouse and the old farmhouse was and take that down and move this direction while the other folks are working inside, so that when we go back out to bid on the new construction, both entities can be on the property at the same time if they need to be. So nobody has to wait on somebody else. They can in there working they can work at the same time on site prep and things of that nature. We have the pre-bid meeting with the construction firms, all the people who are going to bid to build the new building. We meet with them tomorrow at 1:30 here.
How many do you have, Frank?
Don't know until tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
So they'll show up and they'll bid. Then with the bid opening will be January 18th. After January 18th, Mr. Lucas and I will go back to the SBA and plead our cause. And we'll hopefully get bricks flying. Will tell you that I did talk to a contractor today, a different contractor who I know that is one of the major players in the region, that they're actually not bidding on this. They're buried with work, but he told me that he had seen the plans and what we had done to make appropriate adjustments to the building, and that that the prices had settled on things, on materials and labor and things of that nature, and he felt like we would be very close to being within budget, just on his idea. So that was good news to me,
Yes.
because he's a very well respected person as far as new building, school building construction goes. So that's where we are at this point.
Okay, thank you. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, I have something, just a topic of discussion, something that we can think about, ponder on, figure out what maybe we'll do better. Just in regards to school closure or early outs. The early out yesterday, that's always going to be one of those darned if you do, darned if you don't situations. And by all means, I prefer to err in the side of caution when it comes to our students. But current county policy, I couldn't find this at the SSAC level or any other surrounding counties. Canceling all after-school activities whenever you do a school closure or an early out, I think is a bit excessive, just simply because the weather could change. If you call off school at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then at noontime the sun comes out and you have an opportunity to, continue with the game that you've had scheduled. You've got umpires, referees, that kind of thing, because all that takes time to do. Just something I think we could think about, because currently in the policy it says school closure or early outs, all after school activities are canceled.
Yeah, actually, you're talking two different things here. Early out, I can see perhaps closing, but you don't know what the weather is going to be like 3 hours from now. but a school cancellation. It seems like you say, the weather may clear up and the roads may clear off.
And
We
that
need
doesn't,
to ask Mr. Barnett to give us his recommendation on this so we can make some adjustments.
yeah, I mean, obviously you would need to communicate with the principal, the athletic director, superintendent, transportation director. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
one person just gets to say, oh yeah, we're gonna keep playing,
Yeah.
but at least an opportunity to have some verbiage in there that doesn't say absolutely not.
Well, a lot of times what happens too, you gotta consider whoever you're playing, your opponent, if they're out of county, their county policy dictates what we do as well. So it may be that their county policy, let's say, for example, we're playing Spring Valley High School in basketball. Their county policy may be, see, if that's where we're traveling to and their school's closed, you don't go.
Mhm.
So it would take a concerted effort of, everybody involved.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the verbiage could be cleared up to not be an absolute.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay. Mr. Barnett will work on that, I'm sure, and get back with us on that. Only thing I have is that, it's been asked of us to take a look at our third meeting in the month. That we have that on a current, right now, on a Friday evening, like at 4 o'clock, to keep the central office people from having to spend more time than necessary here. I know it's convenient for the four of us to meet. If whoever that fifth person's going to be, they may have a job. They may not be able to do that, but at least for the month of January, how's it feel to sit with the board to have that last meeting in the month, Friday at 4 p.m.?
Sometimes my days are not exactly, I'm not sure that I could commit to that. And I've not missed any meetings and I'd hate to, but I just have some illness in my family that sometimes keeps me from doing that.
How do you sit with that, Mr. Wilson?
I mean, I'm off on Fridays, so we could do it at
Well, let's try, if
2
it's
o'clock.
all right, let's
10
try
o'clock.
the last meeting in January, and then depending when we fill the other seat, we can discuss that again. But the last meeting in January will be on a Friday at 4 p.m., whatever that is. Anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn until January the 2nd
So
at
moved.
7 p.m. Wilson makes the motion.
Second.
Snyder makes the second. The time is 8:22, 7:22, pardon me. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And we are adjourned. Have a good time at Myrtle Beach, ladies.
Thank you.